All right, joining us now with reaction is ESPN host, the one and only Stephen A. Smith. Do you want to get it out of the way?
Like right off the bat, man. Stephen, I'm not a big sports guy, but it's impossible to not know about you. I've grown up seeing you. What are you doing here, man? Yeah, he looks so done already. Oh, my God. He's tired.
Way now, how hard your life is, that you have to defend the fact that you admit that you're friends with me. You want to get that out of the way at the beginning or at the end?
No,
Just asking.
I don't need to get that out of the way. The public knows that already. You get on my nerves. I don't agree with you 75% of the time, but you're still my buddy. You know, I feel bad for you half the time with some of the takes you give, but I'm here to help you out anyway. What's going on, Sean?
Okay. All right. I always say, you say to me, stay in my lane when I talk sports, stay in your lane on politics. However, there's something amazing. Putting aside any demographic group, if you're going to attack them, you want them to vote a certain way, and you're going to suggest that they are sexist or misogynistic, if you're going to suggest, like Stacey Abrams did, that African-American men are racist and sexist, is that a good way to encourage people to vote the way?
What a weird, stupid. No wonder he's about to get trashed. What a nonsensical opening. That was like a full. What was that? Like a minute dedicated to saying nothing. What was that? A person said black men are racist and said, wait, what? That's the information you want to provide? What are you talking about?
Way you'd like them to vote?
No, but I didn't hear Stacey. I didn't hear Stacey Abrams speak in that way. As a matter of fact, she talked about how black men do vote. Black men do support Kamala Harris. Black men do support a lot of the Democrats and what have you. And she's absolutely right about that. You know, I spoke against President Barack Obama, who I know you don't like that, but I admire and respect this man. I did not like what he had to say.
It's incredible that Sean Hannity is so like incompetent from the get-go that he can't even convey the information in the chyron here. He didn't even say Stacey Abrams said that about black men who don't support Kamala Harris. He just said, like, she said that about black men. How do you plead? What?
Say at that particular clip that you showed, and I spoke out about it on my show, the Stephen A. Smith Show, and I'm unapologetic about that because I know, by and large, black men have always supported black women. That's a fact. That's a point of fact. Now, that doesn't mean that there isn't some misogyny that does exist amongst a few in our community, but I think that when we looked at this election that's forthcoming, and we see Kamala Harris going up against Donald Trump, I don't think it's right to point to that as a reason why it's a nip and tuck race and why she isn't receiving the support that she deserves. And that is why I spoke out against what he had to say on that particular issue, because I was refuting what he was saying. I don't believe that to be the case at all when it comes to her.
Sick.
All right, so let's stay on Kamala Harris for a second here. Democrats are in a state of panic. All the momentum seems to be going to Donald Trump. I told you this would happen in a private conversation we had. You were skeptical. I think I was proven right. You know sports better than I do. I think I know politics. I know.
You do.
But here's my question for you. You did call her out early, and you said she's making a mistake not doing interviews. Now, she does these interviews, and I argue to you that the reason she's struggling and she's like tied up in a pretzel because she can't express what she has stated publicly.
It's been a while since I've watched Sean Hannity. Is he sundowning? He's not that old. Why is he talking like this? Why is he so incapable of making a point? I swear to God, I remember him being a little bit more pointed. Maybe he's just tired today. He's like waffling like crazy.
She wants the Green New Deal, the elimination of the filibuster. She can't say she wants to eliminate private health insurance, as she has said in the past. She's not going to run on what she has stated in the past to decriminalize illegal immigration, free food, housing, health care, education, sex change operations, and a path to citizenship, or banning fracking, banning offshore drilling.
Again, like literally, what is he talking about right now?
So she has to, give us word salads because she won't tell us how she really feels. She's hiding her true beliefs.
Well,
Donald Trump doesn't do that.
Well, first of all, Well, first of all, that's a very long question. Let's get to it. Number one, yeah, you talk
I'm
about
making
what
a
she's
point.
doing. Bottom line is this: as Vice President of the United States, it wasn't her job to lead. She has to go along with the program. You are a support base. You support the person that is in charge, who happened to be Joe Biden. That's number one. Number two, I know you're not talking about somebody being lucid and cogent and enunciating their thoughts with clarity, and you're bragging about Donald Trump. We can't be watching the same stuff if that's what you're doing. You ain't gonna do that today.
You know
now,
what?
Lindsey Graham, hold it. Now, Senator Lindsey Graham is about to come on this show.
Let me tell you
now,
something.
that man can articulate himself very well. Not Donald Trump now.
I have sat with him for hour after hour after hour, topic after topic after topic, and he is so dialed in. Really? Look, you know, it's funny. People try. This is like the latest argument. Meanwhile, your friends in the Democratic Party, they ignored the obvious, significant, deep cognitive decline of the president for over 4 years.
I like this whataboutism here, because it's kind of like a tacit admission of fault on his part, where he's like, I personally think he's doing fine, but also you've got a dementia guy, you know? It is kind of crazy that Democrats didn't, speak on that more, about Donald Trump being crazy f***ing old when they had the chance to. I mean, they talked about it a little bit, but definitely not as much as they could have.
I said it before the 2020 election. Kamala to this day say, oh, Joe was really cognitively alert. You know that's a crock. I know that's a crock.
What is she supposed to say, Sean?
Knows it's a crock. Not Donald Trump.
Sean, what is it? Hold on. What is she supposed to say? She's supposed to sit up there and say, you know what, my president, my boss.
Truth.
I mean, there was cognitive decline there. No, you're not. No, you don't do that.
Show?
You don't dime out your boss. You don't. Listen, I do tell the truth on my show, but guess what? So I said I do. What I said, however, is that I'm not going to dime out my boss if that's my boss. Go ahead.
Whoa, hang on a second. You know what? I have never watched you hold back. You say what you mean. You mean what you say.
Cock behavior.
That's my point. She is. But she knew he was a cognitive mess, and now she's lying. Oh no, I never noticed it. It's a crock.
Sean,
it's a lie.
Because Sean
Hannity would not say shit about Rupert Murdoch. Oh God, absolutely not. 100% no. It's just even talking about Biden at this point comes across as so desperate. It's why everyone made fun of Donald Trump for continuing to do it months after Joe Biden dropped out. Like, Donald Trump is the guy you support. You were the one making comments about like the cogence of Kamala Harris, who speaks way better than Donald Trump does, which is why she beat his ass in their one debate, and then Donald Trump refused to do another one. Donald Trump before the debate was literally like, I can't wait to debate, Joe Biden the second time so I can take him out to the curbside again. And then when he loses to Kamala Harris, he's like, nope, I won the first time. No need to.
What you're trying to
admit it's a lie.
Listen, I personally, a year earlier, I was saying there's slippage, there's something that ain't there. He ain't gonna make it to the election. Y'all better get with the program, do something about it. I was on the record about Joe Biden, but I'm not a part of the Biden administration. And if I was a part of the Biden administration, I wouldn't have told you that. That's number one. Number two, she's the candidate now. You got to run against her. Are you gonna beat her, Sean? Are you gonna beat her? Are you gonna beat her?
It's straight up. The American people.
Are you as confident as you were months ago?
The biggest choice election in a lifetime.
I see some slippage on his part.
Stephen A., let me tell you something.
Yes.
She lied when she said the inflation's transitory.
Why bring Stephen on? Is this like a present or something? Why bring him on if you're not going to engage him at all? I mean, I guess that's always the case in these programs, right? Like, there's no actual interest in discussing anything, but like, why then? Why at all?
Lied repeatedly, and she said, oh no, the border's secure, the border's secure. Now, all of a sudden,
are you sure you want to make the case about somebody lying in favor of Trump?
She never changed her position on the Green New Deal, on sex change operations, open borders, amnesty, until she became a candidate. You know what that means? She is a typical politician that just will say whatever needs to be said.
Donald Trump used to be a Democrat. I just think this is a particularly funny point. Donald Trump used to talk much more favorably about queer people as well before it became a popular talking point to be super, super anti-trans. He used to be a damn Democrat. I mean, he was friends with the Clintons.
Said to win an election. You
Okay.
get the last word because I like you so much.
Can I retort? Let me retort. Fair enough.
Okay.
You didn't even bring up fracking. You didn't even bring up the border. That's absolutely a valid point on your part. What she's doing now is saying, excuse me, I'm open to compromise. I'm willing to work across the aisle. I'm willing to listen and make things happen. Now, you have a lot of people who are going to vote for Trump, and they absolutely positively believe he will change Washington. The question is, will it be for better or will it be for worse? The cesspool that we look at as the nation's capital, if you got him back in office and he's on a revenge tour and he's not focused on doing what it takes to lead the country, where will that lead the country? You're not bringing that part up. So again, we might not like something on the left. We might not like something on the right. These are the two candidates that we've got to work with. And when you bring up issues in terms of character or in terms of being truthful or whatever, let me tell you something right now.
Right.
You can bring a whole bunch of Republicans and I'll be cool with it. You can't bring up Trump to make a case against somebody else using those arguments. You can't do that.
I gotta run. I gotta flee.
What? I'm predicting that privately you're going to vote for Trump.
This is always such a. They love doing this. It's the same kind of argument that but massive cuck retort, by the way. Like well, in spite of me completely failing to do my job here, I bet like secretly I'll be right, or you'll agree with me. Like you might be publicly owning me, but I bet in private we agree. But it's the same thing they do with like male feminists or whatever. Or with white people who are anti-racist, where they're like, "Oh, you're just like kowtowing to the crowd," but privately, it's the silent majority language, where they're like, "Oh yeah, of course, like you're saying that," but in reality, like quietly, you're just afraid to speak up against the mob, but quietly you agree with me, you know? Yeah, man, that's so true. It would be absolutely socially ruinous for a popular sports broadcaster to be a conservative.
Oh, never. And I told you I'm on the record. I'd have voted almost for any Republican but him. Okay? Nikki Haley, Chris Christie, I would have voted for
I'm not trying to set you
not
up.
him.
I gotta go. I love you, Stephen A. God bless you. And I don't have to defend my relationship with you. All right. We'll see you later.
You don't.
They seem like really good friends.